Have you met them yet?
Met who?
Them.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Callum.
Welcome to the Waterstream Studios podcast again.
Yeah, back again for number 4.
Or was it 5 because we did one like with Cameron?
Oh shit, we did, yeah, number 4. 5. 5.
Did we? I really don't know if we should do like a double upload of both podcasts.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a shit ton of edit, you know? Cameron said some naughty things in the 4th podcast, technically, that I have to blur out.
He really did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Along with us. We said the stupid N-word.
He's the one that said it. Multiple occasions.
Hey, we can't be blaming people for what they said. If they said it, they said it. We can't go back to the past, change it all over again.
Yeah, we can. It's called editing.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, we're recording a video. Okay, yeah, guys, we are going to do a review on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah.
Something. William Afton gets spring locked or something. What do we think? It's a movie.
It is a movie, yeah.
It is a movie. Wasn't the movie I was expecting.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
It was great to see, like, as a fan of the franchise, it was great to see, like, you know, the characters up on screen. But the annoying part was, you know, looking back on it, there's multiple things that could have been done differently to make a more engaging plot. Like, me personally, the fort building scene was not needed at all.
No.
That took me out of it.
Yeah. And the way just body falls on the ground.
Yeah, I
gives
know.
up the thumbs up. It's just, you don't see you don't take the animatronics really seriously anymore. That you just think, oh, the cuddly friendly mascots.
Yeah, you don't treat them as a threat anymore.
They're just animals who are possessed by kids and so happen to not be very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway, that's what threw me off in the theatre too, because I was sitting there with Cameron. Me and Cameron went to the FNAF movie while Steve went to the FNAF movie with his mates. By the time that scene came up, I was like, what am I watching? Is this Five Nights at Freddy's? I have no clue what I'm watching at this point.
Yeah, it was more like FNAF World.
If it had a movie, that would be pretty cool though.
That's what I can imagine.
But we're never getting that.
Yeah, because the game sucks. Does it? Yes, it does.
Scott hates it.
But he liked it.
He hates it.
He hates it because the fans hate it.
I've heard there's a second game coming out. Second FNAF World game. Made by Click Team. FNAF World game. Part 2.
FNAF World Part 2. How do you make Part 2 of a game like FNAF World?
FNAF World is a game that's just like breaking so many fourth walls and plot points at this point.
Yeah, no, so how do you do it?
You're asking the wrong person, man.
Yeah, well, I'm asking you now.
Don't know. Wait, there's fourth wall, like wall bending stuff. Fredbear breaks the fourth wall. He talks about how Scott Cawthon's ruining the franchise. Which is some serious topic shit. I think it's Scott having a mental breakdown. In some regards.
Yeah, maybe he just lost a couple points.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, should we start talking about the movie like we did with the Mario movie? I think we should. So, the movie starts out with the original security guard. He's going through the vent. I mean, he's trying his best to go through the vent. He's getting hunted by the animatronics. Mm-hmm. He goes through the vent. It was pretty shady. Some spooky stuff happens in the vent.
Yeah,
because they get a bit quirky at night.
And he gets out the vent, and then he goes towards one of the exit doors, and then you hear la-ding, dum dum dee dum
dum dum dum dum dum dum by Foxy the pirate dude. He jump scare happens, then it cuts to black. Then the mini game opening scene happens, paying homage to the FNAF games, of course, the FNAF 2 game, especially with the mini games, the death mini games, where we first encountered Purple Guy, and we would normally piece together the lore of the series, mostly MatPat.
Yeah,
We'll get to him. Yeah, so that's a good part. I definitely pays homage to the games. The next part after that, Mike wakes up from his bed, 6 a.m. was it?
Yeah, I think it's something along the lines.
Yep, he wakes up to the Nebraska poster, gets up, goes to his sister's room, Abby. Don't really like her, in all honesty.
Yeah, she was a weird character to introduce.
She's pretty annoying.
Anyway, then he goes to his security job at a mall, which then he thinks a kid is being abducted, and then he brutally beats up the kid's father.
So,
and then gets fired.
Yeah, so before he was about to beat up the father, he went to this ice cream shop. There's some cool FNAF World references. There's the rainbow from FNAF World that can be seen. There's also, before that scene, when he was sitting down with this black guy, they brought out Dream Fury, which is an old kind of Fury back in the day that MatPat talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really brought in a lot of external factors to the franchise. So stuff that, the community made up.
Yeah. And so, I'll definitely say it. Jim Henson's Creature Shop animatronics, they're amazingly accurate. They just look like they're stripped out of the games, and at least companies don't do this really to video games. They don't really take accuracy from the games, so we're glad that we're kinda in safe hands. But then again, I think the multiple script writing that has happened in the past, because the FNAF movie has been in development since 2015.
Yeah,
and there's been multiple scripts and such, and I think it was hard to get one script right. So I think it's definitely scripting issues that made the movie how it is now.
I just don't think, Scott Cawthon having such a large influence on the script, I don't think was such a great idea. Having him there so they can go back and forth on, is this, what you want this to be, but then leave the writing to professional writers.
Yeah.
Because would have been a better idea.
Because Scott Cawthon is mostly a storytelling guy, but he more likes to show than tell, because he doesn't actually present himself or gives away all the lore and such. He wants fans to figure it out, which doesn't work for a movie per se.
Which it didn't work in the FNAF movie at all.
Yeah, because general audiences won't understand what's going on, and they wonder why William Afton said, "I always come back," which was really off-putting in the end.
That wasn't needed, and I feel like
that should have been deserved for a future sequel, maybe.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it was really rushed.
It was rushed. Well, our Mario movie review, we really liked that one because
it was an awesome movie because it had a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah,
even to the character, the voice actors for each of the characters.
Sure, there's minor problems like the pacing and some voices are a bit off, but other than that, it just felt like Mario on the big screen.
But then with FNAF, and yes, I know we're talking about two completely different genres of games that get transferred into genres of movie, but a kids game like Mario went into a kids film.
Yeah.
A indie horror game
Yeah.
is meant to translate into horror film.
And
it just wasn't.
Didn't really execute the horror factor, in my opinion.
No, I wasn't. I didn't get scared.
No, not once. Even when they showed the jump scares with Balloon Boy, wasn't scared. It was just
that was funny though. That was funny just to have a small balloon boy just appear.
I thought when I was about to enter the FNAF movie, I was hoping for a huge jump scare fest, which is very popular with FNAF, of course. But we barely didn't get any of that at all.
I don't think we got a single proper jump scare.
Yeah.
We didn't get someone just appearing out of nowhere. We didn't get Freddy, for example,
Matter of fact, the animatronics weren't that threatening. The only threatening animatronic I will say is the cupcake. That cupcake is a menace.
He's a real menace.
He's been biting people's legs and shit. He's the one that caused the spring lock failure and make William Afton Springtrap.
Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell. But I will say, I do have to praise the movie from like trying to convey tiny bit of R-rating elements or like MA elements here in Australia. So, for example, when Mike's girlfriend Max, she walks up.
I don't even think it was a girlfriend.
Was it?
I think it was just a babysitter friend.
Yeah. Well, I read the details of the actor. Apparently, it was supposed to be Mike's girlfriend.
Oh, well, it had none of that at all.
Yeah.
It had no character development to tell us.
No, of course not, because most of it was rushed. But I do like that scene because she goes up to. I mean, it wasn't scary, of course, but it had some good ideas to it, and
It was done good.
Yeah, it was done good. How she was ripped apart by Freddy. Of course, it was ruined by some people in the cinema saying, "Was that the bite of '87?"
That was funny though. That was funny for like, the couple times it did happen.
And most people usually like to say in the FNAF movie, horror, 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 which really gets annoying.
That was irritating. Whenever, like, it was funny whenever he appeared, like, when they're on the stage doing, hit it guys, and then do the showtime, and then it's, like,
I'm also seeing all these reels, it's like me leaving the theater after, the security guard said, "We are FNAF!"
It didn't even happen!
I mean, it kind of did in the very end because the animatronics turned on William Afton.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, together we, like, it just turns out that the murdering was the friends we made along the way. It's like, what the shit?
What the fuck?
I came here to watch a horror movie, not a kids movie.
But the problem is that FNAF has always been a kids franchise. I mean, ever since... I don't think FNAF World kind of started it, really. I really think it was kind of like around the Sister Location Pizzeria Simulator era, when kids started to be... I mean, it depends. I think it's when the plushies...
You are saying this as a kid, like, you weren't a kid.
I mean, I was a kid.
I was obsessed with it from game one.
I will admit, yeah, of course.
You're saying it from that, like, perspective.
Yeah, but, like, I would say... Okay, yeah, a lot of kids came into the first game, but I think it was dragged on more. People started to realise it was a kids franchise.
Yeah,
I hate to say this, but I think FNAF World kind of made it, the franchise occupied more with kids. Yeah. Even though I love FNAF World is probably one of my favourite FNAF games, if not my favourite FNAF game. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, with the movie, it just proves that Five Nights at Freddy's isn't a horror aspect anymore.
No.
It's not an indie horror game.
It wasn't like the first game. Plus, this is really stupid. IGN, they made a review online. They said that the FNAF movie, they were expecting more like the original FNAF 1 game. Like, why would you expect the entire movie just to be based off the cameras and looking at the animatronics if they moved them?
Yeah, but that would have been done really well.
But it would get boring really quickly for general audiences.
No, not even. You just don't want to make it scary
But
for
At least
anyone.
have but the FNAF movie didn't show much of that as well.
None of it.
Yeah. At least so a couple stuff that's from the games, but then again, don't make the entire movie just based on the premise of FNAF 1.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I would have preferred the movie if it was FNAF 1. But the only reason I believe that is because you can use a lot of horror aspects for that. Because the way the games are effective is by using sound. You have barely any visuals, and you can hear everything.
Plus the dark, creepy atmosphere is what really gives off the uncanny vibes of the pizzeria.
Exactly. So if you can translate that into a movie pretty well, you just got to use an actor that can show that they're terrified. Because, there's some movies out there that make you scared because they enact fears within you. So we could make it like, this is how I can imagine making a movie like that. How can we make a premise of you're stuck in a room like that? It can be night one. The guard that he says, who you take over the shift with, he locks up behind you. You're locked in the building. That's your job's just to be there, like for 6 hours inside the building itself. But you can make it so the first night is a lot longer than the other ones because he doesn't know what he's doing, so he doesn't know that the office is the safest spot.
The games are meant to be like the animatronics are supposed to corner you. You're supposed to feel like you feel trapped. What's that word? Claustrophobic. You're supposed to the walls are closing in each time. That's what I was also hoping for the FNAF movie.
And if they did that, it would have been a lot stronger as a horror movie and a movie itself if it really took apart what made FNAF scary and pushed that into the movie.
But instead, what we got was a rush script with just barely any horror elements in it. Just jump scares, which are not scary. Of course, they're done to death most of the time. Sure, FNAF is based off jump scares, but they also build up the atmosphere.
But they're timed jump scares. They're done really well to make you feel like,
Yeah.
A jump scare in the games are really well done. Solely because if you stuff up, you die.
Of course.
Especially in the later nights. So each death, it's your fault, but you're spending the entire night trying not to slip up, which makes you scared because you're focusing. You're not focusing on boo. You're focusing on, okay, light, camera, light, camera.
Of course.
You're trying to process information, and while you're processing it, you're ignoring that something's trying to kill you.
That's also another complaint I want to say. Like, the animatronics, I'm going back to the animatronics in the games, they were a lot more threatening, a lot more scary, and you had nothing to defend yourself with. But the movie showcases that you could just get rid of them easily with just a taser and that's it.
Yeah, or it's like, a drawing is the only reason they're mad at you.
What the fuck is that? Yeah, what the fuck was that plot point? We'll get that later into the story. We've been mostly rambling on about them because we wanted to get our complaints out of the way, but we still have a lot more complaints that we need to talk about.
But yeah, so he then goes to his aunt is trying to get his younger sister because his parents are dead.
We didn't talk about the Steve Raglan part where he visits the...
Yeah, that's the reason why he goes to meet him.
Yeah, so...
Because the aunt is breathing down his neck.
So after beating up that man, Mike is running out of options. He got fired from his mall security job, and he goes up to Steve Raglan, aka we don't want to Shaggy, yeah, William Afton. He goes up to him. He offers him a job, pizza job. Mike can't work nights, and
but then he has to.
He has to, but then we get to the aunt part because they're fighting over custody over Adam. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, fine, I'll go work the night shift.
And we get presented by the greatest character in the FNAF movie, Doug.
Is that the lawyer?
Yeah, that dude.
I love him.
Yeah, of course. I think most FNAF fans want him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it continues on to, they kind of just chill for a bit.
Yeah. So, I think Mike and Abby, they go back to their house. Well, I think Abby's back at the house, but Mike goes back to his house. There's a police notice form that's at his doorstep because, of course.
He has late on his rent.
Yeah.
And he needs money, so
then he's running out of stuff to do. So he calls back Steve Raglan, William Afton.
He calls Shaggy.
He gets the job as a security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. He drives up to the pizzeria. I like how the pizzeria is presented like an old Chuck E. Cheese style.
Yeah, it's done really well.
Yeah. My complaint is the sign. Why did they give Freddy gloves? And make him look like an animatronic? Just make him look like a cartoon. Because I prefer if the sign was more like a cartoon, because kids can think that the animatronics
are friendly.
They're friendly and they're lively, then they're not robots. While the adults, of course, know that they're robots.
100%.
Yeah. That's what put me off in some way.
Yeah, it was like, this is a kid's pizzeria.
Yeah.
Right? That is meant to be a safe space for kids to go around and play. and to, be a child while, being safe in an area where you can also eat, cheap pizza.
Not to be unsure, it's supposed to have that creepy factor in there, but it's supposed to be not unsettling, and it's supposed to,
Yeah, well, that's why the
in
place
some
is
way
unsettling in the first place. It's
Yeah.
a place that feels so comforting.
it's supposed to unsettle the adults, but you don't want to unsettle the kids by showing just like an animatronic poster at the very top of the establishment.
Yeah. But my thought is, it's again, back to the games, but I feel like if you're going to really think about it, the games were done really well. That's why they took off in the first place.
Yeah.
But the movie didn't learn from it.
No.
It's like, it would have done really, really well if they went ahead and... Because, as I was saying, a pizzeria, the only reason it's really uncanny in the games is because we all went to somewhere like that. Here in Australia we didn't have, Chuck E. Cheese.
No. But we
had, the Worms or something like that playground where, it would be a cafe, but then a giant jungle gym.
Yeah.
Where you could just go be a child.
And of course, the arcade with MF bowling and
Yeah.
laser skirmish, some similarities there. So that's why we get this sense of nostalgia going into the FNAF movie.
And I feel like that's what really brings in the great horror aspect of the games, because it's using a place that feels so comforting to a lot of people and making it dark. Because we're the only ones, we see it as it's light, it's bright, it's childish, it's fun. That's how we remember it.
Yeah.
But going back there and seeing it dark and
Decrepit.
run down and dead,
Definitely makes it
you
unsettling.
scared as all hell, because it's
Of
something
course.
that's unfamiliar, a familiar thing that's unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's just not. It gives you that feeling that the establishment wasn't what it once was, per se. Yeah, but the movie executed it wrong.
Yeah, by making it too run
And
down.
when they executed it wrong, a lot of people who've seen the movie normally treat FNAF as a joke, or the animatronics as a joke, by saying that they make fun of it on Reels and Instagram Reels and TikToks and that, by saying...
That's the thing, they are a
horror."
joke.
Yeah.
Compared to what the franchise has lived up to be. Yes, so be it, games recently have been kind of shit.
Like Security Breach, yeah.
But it still lived up to it. Not as high, but it still made a significant impact.
Of course, yes. Of course, regular FNAF fans are going to be happy about it. Some other FNAF fans, like old FNAF fans, won't be happy about it as well. But, yeah.
I'm happy that it made it. It finally
Of course,
made it
yeah.
to print.
The
for
fact
to
that
be
it
in
exists
cinemas.
at all.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's when you look at it critically, through a critical lens, and looking into a movie as itself, it really misses a lot of marks that it needs to hit.
Of course, yeah. I've seen some of the other Blumhouse movies that they made. That they're really excellent horror films and they convey horror. I just don't know why they fucked up here.
Yeah, the idea of making a film of something, or making something that's different off of another idea. Take James Bond, for example. Before the first movie came out, there was already 6 books out. And, people who watched the movies most likely haven't read the books, but that's the thing. You're taking a strong creation and making it for another audience. With FNAF, screw it, even with Mario they did that. They made it... It's a movie for people to go and watch and enjoy.
And at the same time...
it's also a movie that fans can enjoy.
There you go.
FNAF is just a movie fans can enjoy.
But it doesn't convey other general audiences.
Yeah, it's not a movie that you go to watch if you don't understand it.
See, I get what the critics are talking about with a FNAF movie. With a Mario movie, that wasn't even that wasn't even needed. The critics were talking absolute nonsense for the Mario movie.
Yeah, it was interesting when where it went.
But
then, it was such a great
when
movie.
the FNAF movie released and the critics' low scores, I know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the idea to make a video game movie in every sense is to make a movie for a new audience.
And I was really hoping this movie would actually live up, like, after 8 years. Like surely they corrected the script after, like, 8 years in development of production since 2015.
Nope, because now Vanessa is around. Fuck's sake.
We'll get to it. Anyway, so Mike goes into the establishment. He's greeted by posters. Wow, surprising. And the pizzeria, they've done a good job with the pizzeria, but it wasn't dark enough. I mean, sure, it was dark, but didn't have that creepy factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely looked like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of area, but
so
it didn't show much of that. Mike explores around the pizzeria. He goes into the security office. It's not like the original FNAF one office where they have like 2 doors. It's one door, but it doesn't close like the games. It's just like a regular old door.
Which is fine.
Yep. And they have like borrowed some FNAF 2 elements with the vent on the side. So,
yeah. So, fair enough.
Mike sits down. He looks at the security cameras. Then he puts in... He sees this VHS.
Yeah, puts in the tape.
Then the tape plays.
And it's like an old 80s training video that they would have shown to old security guards.
Similar to fan creations of FNAF VHS that you normally see, like Scrimpus McGrimpus and Bannington.
Yeah.
If you've seen our adequately somewhat funny videos, VHS movies, like we have this... we have Freddy and Foxy watching this one VHS FNAF, and yeah, it kind of takes inspiration from that, I guess. But my complaint from this VHS thing in the movie is that they cut off some multiple scenes because they have there's a problem with like timing issues, because the movie was set to be like 1 hour and like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
but they clearly had some deleted scenes, because this one scene that could have made it in, it was the fixed Foxy. So it was Foxy when he was unwithered and he's not broken.
Yeah.
That was cut from the movie. That wasn't even seen.
Yeah, which is annoying, because in any sort of sense, a movie that, like, kids' movies are short. They always have been. Which the FNAF movie just plays to that. It's a short kids' movie.
Even though it's like, here in Australia, it's M.
Yeah, but in the States, it's PG.
Yeah. Which brings me back that they could have fleshed it out a bit more if they made it at least just 2 hours, but they don't want to go beyond that. Like, just normal 2 hours, don't go beyond that further. But it would have been paced a bit better, and they would have had a lot more stuff going for it, at least. But part of the issue here is that it was just too short, and most people won't understand what happened, and they think to themselves, that's it? That's the FNAF movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... then anyway, Mike, here's another problem.
He sleeps on the job.
He sleeps on the job in each night, which doesn't feel like FNAF. Like, it just takes away the creepy vibe from it, because he just sleeps most of the time while the animatronics go into spirit form.
Yeah,
they start attacking him.
A bit quirky. He's asleep while they're attacking him. It's like, what the hell? And then he's woken up because the power starts to fail.
Yeah.
And then he goes, turns it off, but before he's able to turn it off, there's Foxy.
Oh wait, I think that's night 2. I think
Night 1.
No, it's night 2, because he turns off the power, then he gets introduced by Vanessa, I think. Yeah.
No, but like Foxy was just chilling,
Okay.
trying to get him.
Yeah, the story behind Mike sleeping is that his younger brother Garrett was kidnapped by William Afton. Of course, we didn't know who was William Afton, or his name, or the killer's name, who wore the yellow bunny suit, because general audiences don't know, but of course long-time fans know. But
yeah, we knew that the kids were murdered.
But basically, the entire premise of the FNAF movie was just Mike sleeps. He tries to discover who his brother's killer is by communicating with the spirits of the animatronics, and that's basically it. It doesn't take creepy factor from the games of him getting hunted by the animatronics. I mean, like, the animatronics don't even hurt him. They just, like, Freddy intimidates him at one point, like in night 3, He just walks up to him, and then Abby's like, "Oh, don't hurt
Oh
him!
no,
Don't
he
hurt-
is my friend.
He's my brother. Don't hurt him, Mike. Wait, don't hurt him, Freddy." And then Freddy just stops.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yep.
yo, we cool, man.
And
we cool.
And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? This is Five Nights at Freddy's. The animatronics would normally be hunting Mike Schmidt.
Yeah, I know.
It's-
It's like, why?
Why?
That's
Because there's
why-
a fucking child here?
That's why I don't like Abby's character at all.
I mean,
Good actor.
The good actor.
Good actor.
But she was just given the wrong script.
Yeah, it was like, what? Like the moment Abby stayed the night, it's like, oh, what if, like, you know?
Yep, this is definitely kids' film.
No, and it was like, okay, well, she's staying the night. Good reason, because he can't get a sitter, because she died the day before,
Yeah, by Freddy. Yeah.
which was the bite of 2003, I think it was meant to be.
Like, that's not where the movie takes place. Because in the games, it takes place in 1993.
Yeah, I know, but it takes place in like the 2000s.
Yeah, which is really odd.
But yeah, it's like, all right, cool, fair enough. A reasonable way to take the plot,
yeah.
right? But then, you know, making it so she goes like, you know, oh, there's just other kids here. I'm gonna go chill with them. Like she's not scared that there's another kid in a place like this.
And their bodies are stuffed in the animatronic suits. Like, she's not even remotely concerned about that, you know?
Yeah, she
She goes like, "Oh my god, the animals are alive!" Are you not at least like freaked out that they were walking towards you and about to like hunt you down or whatever?
yeah.
You're lucky that you're a fucking kid in the first place.
Yeah, like I understand it. Like, you know, it's a kid that, you know, they're not gonna hunt down the kid, and kids see things differently. Still, most kids would see a giant walking thing and cry.
Yeah.
It's like it's walking towards you in a menacing way. You're gonna start.
Yeah, of
crying
course. There's a
either way.
creep factor in some way. Of course, you're gonna start crying.
Yeah, well, then you see it as joy, which is probably how she saw it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't needed.
No. Yeah. Back to the thing. After Mike's dream sequence, he wakes up from his dream. He falls off his chair. The next, I really forgot where the movie took off after the night one. I know where night two takes off.
It's like
Yeah, he gets back from his job.
Yeah, he gets back from his job and he sees Max, and then she goes, "All right, see ya." And then there's
it's the cafe area.
Yeah, it's the cafe.
And then we get introduced to Matt Pat in the film.
That was awesome. That was really well done.
It was clever, yeah. And he says, "That's just a theory." The second time I saw the FNAF movie with my other mates, they think, "This is so stupid." And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, yeah, some part of it is, but it's also cool because, like, he's been in the franchise forever, you know?
He's been there since the start.
In the start.
You know what I really like to see, though? Is, like, you know, all the memes going, like, you know, oh, what happened here? And then, like, you know, Matt Pat as a police officer walks in and say, "I have a theory," and it ends. That would have been done really well.
You just looked at the Instagram reel, didn't you?
That would have been a great ending either way. That would have been done.
I have a theory. FNAF 2. Close.
I can imagine it being done that way, and it would work.
Yeah.
It would work as that's his cameo, just to say, "I have a theory."
But
that's it.
You have to give them props, at least. Sure, the movie's not that great, but you have to give them props for, like, bringing in some long-time FNAF YouTubers.
100%.
Yeah. In the background of, like, the FNAF pizzeria, you see some portraits of the employees, and one of them is, like, Fusion Z Gamer, Dorko,
Yeah.
Razbowski, 8-Bit Ryan, I forgot his name, Baz,
And they're all there.
Yeah, they're all there. Oh, what's his name? DJ Sturf. Yeah, that's
I
right.
think so.
Yeah, so they're all there. Like, even though if they couldn't get Markiplier because it was bad timing schedule issues.
Yeah, with his film, which I'm definitely going to see.
I definitely want to see that. That definitely looks really faithful to, like, the actual game. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
even though the game
and I
wasn't
think-
much of a story either way.
Plus, Iron Lung, there was a creepy factor. It's not like Poppy Playtime, you know. That's like,
Ugh.
God, fuck.
I'm sick of Poppy Playtime.
Poppy Playtime and, like, what's another?
Hello, neighbour.
Garten Ban Ban.
Ugh.
Oh God, I have to give props to Bendy and Ink Machine though. The art style, it's unique.
It's very unique.
Very unique.
That's what gives it its props.
Yeah,
Hello
and,
Neighbour is a buggy mess. It never got off the ground.
and it's a
It
fucking
sucked.
cartoon. I don't know how that's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's multiplayer though.
Tattletale was just a fucking Furby that comes to life like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it's like Demon Baby as well. It's like, it's just a kid who's a demon. Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool. And he has a mother, and apparently she wants to hunt you. Cool,
Yeah.
very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
You know what was awesome? Being trapped in an office.
And getting hunt and just clicking a few buttons and not running away whatsoever.
Yeah, feeling helpless. Or Iron Lung, feeling helpless.
Yeah.
I'm starting to sense a pattern here.
But Bendy and Commission... No, sorry. But I just want to say, Bendy is probably a good close second to Five Nights at Freddy's, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
But just because of its style and its cartoon nature, at least it's trying to be original, unlike Hello Neighbor, unlike Baldi's Basics, and
Body Basics was funny.
it was funny though. It's just like ripping off old '90s animation or like just old '90s.
Yeah, old 90s education games.
math games like Mario teaches typing or something like
Hey,
that.
now that game was amazing.
It was amazing. I'm gonna fly for you.
That's pretty much what happened, yeah.
CG4, SMG4.
SMG4.
When it was
I'm
big.
a fly for you.
Now it's just. Where were we up to again? Matt Pat.
Matt Pat.
Matt Pat.
Matt
Matt
Pat.
Pat. Anyway, they tell him to piss off, and then we get introduced to Doug.
Yo, the best lawyer
the
in the entire world.
Best lawyer. Probably better than best.
It's like, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Sit down, Doug.
Lee sees he was off-putting by it, you know?
Yeah,
By that woman, too.
He didn't like that they're planning to break in and do stuff illegal.
Yeah. So we were introduced by Max's brother. I don't know, I forgot his name.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dead guy
And,
one.
Yeah, dude gets killed by Foxy later. But he
He
gets
hides in the office.
Yeah, he hides in the office. He sees this fucking other fat dude running along and gets fucking.
And then
dumped by
the
one.
guy with the afro gets mauled.
Yeah,
by...
he had the whatchamacallit, Midnight Motorist t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and funny Easter eggs actually. Like you can see in the background that Chica's like running, like walking, like behind the fan. I think.
Yeah. It was done really well.
Yeah. I mean, in some parts.
Well, how we got there is that they go, well, let's get him fired by breaking in. And they go,
And why don't we just kill him?
yeah. And so, like, you know, they break in.
They break in, yeah.
And then it's
Max, and then you realise that Max is a bit of a bitch. What? It's your headphones.
It's my headphones.
Yeah. But then you realise Max is a bit of a bitch.
Well, Max is only doing it because she's getting paid.
Yeah, but you're really gonna kill your friend?
Yeah, no, it's like, what the hell?
What the fuck?
And that's why Doug is like,
Yeah.
man.
Oh. Yeah, you know, this entire time when I saw the auntie, like, apparently, she was supposed to be built up to, like, a female villain of the story.
And then she
Many
went and died.
people theorised that it was like, oh, she was like the owner of Fazbear Entertainment. And I'm thinking to myself, get fucked, you loser. It's William Afton or Henry Emily. Yeah.
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 And but then you know, then funny thing goes to funny thing, and then she dies.
Not even there yet, bro.
I don't care. She's a bitch and she dies.
Yeah, but I find Max to be a bit of a bitch too.
The Bite of 87.
Thank you, Freddy. You did us justice by
Yeah,
killing
well,
her.
like, okay, so
She got in half.
a bunch of people are dying, like, you know, as in they're trying to
Yeah,
destroy
so-
the place, and then
So
then Max sees like a little kid and goes,
Hang on, you shouldn't be here. It's not safe for you.
So, I think what's his name? The Carl, the guy. He got killed by the cupcake in the kitchen.
yeah, and Chica.
But I mean, Chica did nothing. She just like threw the cupcake. I don't think Chica did anything in the entire film besides like stuff Abby in a Springlock suit, or tried to stuff Abby in a Springlock suit. We're spoiling it anyway.
Your bitch.
Bitch ass. Yeah. What's his name? Hank, the fat dude. He gets killed by Bonnie.
Yeah, in a closet. And then the other guy,
he runs
in
to the office.
and then like, you know, he's actually doing FNAF.
Yep, Cupcake runs an event, and we hear the very first S word in a FNAF property. Shit.
And then he gets mauled by Foxy.
Yep.
In a very similar
And-
fact. We actually do see the jump scare, but it could have been done better.
Yeah, and we hear the original FNAF 1 jump scare noise.
Yeah. Which was alright.
I mean, it wasn't really excellent. I mean, apparently the FNAF 1 jump scare noise originated from another movie.
Yeah, from a different movie from like the 70s.
A pregnant woman, like, screaming, I think it was. I don't know what it was.
Weird movie.
Weird movie, yeah. But that's what happened. Then Max goes, like you said, Max goes into the establishment. She notices that the other guys are taking forever. The kid lures her into the back area. There she sees Freddy. The kid lures her further and further.
And then
she got cut in half. Oh, also another Easter egg: Sparky the dog. One of the original fan creations, or one of the original FNAF hoaxes back in the very first FNAF game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he made an appearance.
He made an appearance, which was really, really cool.
Yeah, which is funny because they played it up to everything.
Yeah. Yeah, so she gets folded in half.
Folded. Yeah, and then Vanessa goes to
Mike's house.
And tells him to
Just stay away or something.
No. Tells him to, you done fucked up cunt.
You done fucked up. You've been sleeping on the job.
No, it's you didn't lock up properly, and if it's your sleeping pills' fault, you're a bitch.
And never take Abby, otherwise I will shoot you.
No, she doesn't say that yet.
Yeah, she says that in like around night 3, I think. Then they go to a fucking hill. They talk for a while.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, boo-hoo. My mum's dead. My dad's
dad's
went
dead,
insane.
and my brother is kidnapped or something. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay. And
Cool.
then, and then he tries to call Max to look after Abby for another night.
And so Abby comes with him. They go to the pizzeria.
Yeah, and then...
Mike tells her to, I will work.
I will work, you will sleep.
I understand. This is not a playground. Sure.
Yeah, bullshit goes to play anyways.
Yeah. That's when the movie became,
Became a G-rated movie.
Yeah. So
it goes from...
I would say that the movie from the start was executed perfectly.
It was executed.
It was okay.
All
right, I would say. But it was going good at the start. But then halfway and the end, it just turned to shit. In all honesty.
Yep.
Yeah. So they go into the pizzeria. Mike sets up a fort for Abby, like in her room.
Yeah, it's like a little safe area.
Mike fucking sleeps again for the 4th time. Yes.
Yeah,
the 3rd time. Yeah.
It's like, what? Wait.
Stop sleeping, bitch.
Stop trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, this thing's a problem and you're still sleeping.
So Abby gets lured to the stage. There she meets Freddy. Freddy has the red eyes, which is... They didn't get rid of the red eyes fully. But I don't care. The red eyes is not a problem. Screaming happens.
Nah, you're cool. And then, she's screaming because they're all tickling her.
So Mike...
Oh my God.
Mike runs up. Freddy tries to threaten Mike, it seems like.
It's like, no.
Freddy, this is my friends. We already repeated this before. So Mike gets introduced to the animatronics. Mike doesn't even say the word Freddy Fazbear's Pizza once, I've noticed. He doesn't even say the animatronics name once. Or William Afton. Or any of the names. He just goes to the job and just says... He doesn't even say the names
Mike
once.
just is Mike.
He just goes, oh, wait, there's missing kids here? Oh, the robots? He doesn't even say their fucking restaurant's name.
Oh, Springlocks?
Springlocks?
What the fuck?
What the... Sure, don't get it wrong. He's probably the best actor in the film.
Nah, Shaggy.
No.
Shaggy wasn't given the
He was
spotlight,
only there for 2 minutes, though.
That's the problem with it.
Yeah, so, Mike gets introduced to the animatronics. They leave. They fucking leave.
Yeah, and
then Mike discovers, oh, shit, Abby drew the kids, and the kids are the animatronics.
And then, now it's night 4.
Night 4.
Oh, and they go back, and then Vanessa appears.
It gets bad.
Yeah, and then so on night 4, they end up building a fort with Vanessa.
Fortnite style?
Yeah, and then afterwards...
So the animatronics build the fort, and then Bonnie falls on the... You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Bonnie falls on the ground, and then,
it's very goofy.
Does a shitty Terminator,
and thumbs up. Which is...
Yeah.
And that point, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yes. And then, something happens where, they are getting... what is it? They're going into the back room after they build a fort.
Yeah.
To grab, diner table, just so they can, put a roof on it.
Yeah, immediately,
And then, we learn about Springlocks and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, okay, fair enough.
And then, meanwhile, Abby's, dancing with, the animatronics.
Yeah, and then something happened.
And then, for some reason, Vanessa gets really pissed off. She threatens Mike that if you bring Abby back, I'll shoot you. But, bitch, you were having fun with, Abby just before making forts and shit.
Yeah.
Alright, we're back again with the midstream pregnancy test. Where were we?
They build a fort and then...
They build a fort,
Yeah,
yeah.
so Abby gets in danger somehow, and I completely forgot. And then, they go home early, and so Abby's chilling in the car.
Yeah,
and
so...
Vanessa is more scolding.
But I was wondering why, like... Bitch, you were literally having fun like 2 seconds ago with like
and
building
now,
forts and shit, and now you're like saying, "Oh, if you bring Abby back here, I will shoot you."
Yeah, if you bring her back, I will kill you. And then it's like, okay, I
won't. I'll turn you over with my auntie.
Yeah. And then night 5, the auntie appears just for one night though, just to look after her.
Yeah, and then
Shadow Freddy,
Golden Freddy.
That Golden
Golden Freddy? Shadow Freddy makes her appearance as like one of the spare suits. When the people who were raiding the pizzeria, they get all stuff in these suits, and one of them was Shadow Freddy.
Yeah.
Apparently.
The annoying part was that I couldn't tell if it was Golden Freddy or just a weird Freddy.
Weird Freddy. They didn't even clarify who it was anyway. Like Abby just says Freddy, and then the kid who was possessing is like, not Freddy. Just tell who it is. Is it Fredbear? Is it Golden Freddy? Is it Shadow Freddy?
But follow. Okay.
And plus,
and then they kill the ants.
I don't think. Also, here's my other complaint. I don't think Golden Freddy was needed in the film.
No.
Not at all. Nor a fifth child in the film. Sure, it would have made a cool appearance if he was like a backroom suit or something, Golden Freddy. But not like as a major plot.
He wasn't needed at all.
Yeah, he wasn't needed. But then probably one of my favourite scenes in the movie is when they went to the taxi theme, and then you meet the GOAT himself, Corey X Kenshin, boy. The fucking GOAT.
Yeah, that was.
He's my favourite YouTuber, and you wonder where all the inspiration comes from with Waterstream Studios. We use him a lot.
We do use him a lot.
But he's the GOAT, though. You gotta admit.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty good. Pretty good to see him there.
Pretty good to see him there, along with Matt Pat.
And it's like, why do I always get the weird ones? And then he drives, and they make it back to the pizzeria.
Where are we going, little lady? Holy Jesus!
Why do I always get the weird
Why do I always get the weirdos? So yeah, they drive to the pizzeria. Pizzeria. Mike wakes up in a chair. Then Vanessa's like there somehow because we forgot we skipped the night 5 part because like Mike goes back to the pizzeria. He takes more drugs, right?
Yeah. Mike goes. Okay, so
it's really confusing.
Mike goes back to the pizzeria and he has his sleeping pills because he says, "Screw you, Vanessa," and then he gets mauled by Foxy.
But all the other animatronics as well.
Yeah, but then Vanessa's like, "Nah, chill," and so and after this they go and get Abby, and the only reason they're mad is because Mike didn't bring Abby at all. And so,
but before they got Abby, this is when they reveal William Afton. Well,
no, they don't yet.
They don't.
No. Like on night 4 when they're in the closet, she goes, "They were murdered by a guy named William Afton."
No, I think that was like night 5 when that happened.
No, it was night 4, and then
night 4. Oh, okay.
It was why are you so scared of him? And then night 5, she shows that
she shows the picture, and she is the daughter of William Afton. Whoa, big twist! She's like the Elizabeth of this
canon,
which is really stupid.
Yeah, and so he goes, "How do I get back?" And it's like, "Alright, take the car." But this part is after. So in the part where Abby and like the aunt gets killed, and Abby and Golden Freddy and Corey Kenshin. Before that's when Mike goes back and gets mauled for not bringing, Abby.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, Mike wakes up and Vanessa, helps him, and then off he goes.
Yeah, off he
And
goes.
then it's a big fight between the animatronics and...
Not really. It was just more like a spotting. So basically, Mike brings a lot. He gets some tasers. I don't know what Vanessa does. She's like, "Oh, if he sees me."
She appears later.
Yeah, she appears later, but no, she says before, "Oh, if he sees me, then I can't help you," or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So Mike goes to the location.
Abby's hiding.
Abby goes into the pizzeria as well. She gets lured by Chica in the back while Freddy and Bonnie play a song at the front.
Yeah.
Mike sneaks through the vents unclosed, but here's Micah played as well. Bonnie can clearly see him. If you watch back that video, Bonnie can clearly see him coming through the vent and actually sneaking up. He didn't even warn Freddy whatsoever until Freddy looked at him, and Freddy didn't even notice at all.
It's because Bonnie's a dumbass. But yeah, and so he takes out Bonnie and Freddy just for the time being because he spills water on the ground and then it electrocutes him.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, fair enough. That's how electricity
So
works.
Mike sneaks up. Chica tries to stuff Abby in a springlock suit, and the suit is actually a reference to a character from the books. I forgot what his name. Eleanor, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So Mike tases Chica.
Saves Abby.
But Abby.
Then Abby goes and hides because
Yeah.
Foxy's looking for them.
While Mike gets bitten by the cupcake.
Yeah, Mike's dealing with the ferocious little cockhead.
Little rat. And there's a scene that clearly references the Silver Eyes, where Foxy's walking around the arcade, and the main character from the novels, I think her name was Charlie, she hides, and then Foxy breaks the arcade machines. I forgot what it was, but it pays homage to the books, which is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, which is nice. And then Vanessa just stops. Foxy... Vanessa comes back, she shocks Foxy. Abby hides in the ball pit. She pulls out Abby.
It's like, oh, you're safe.
And then Abby...
Oh my god. Springtrap.
Oh, we won't get that, but like, hold on. Abby says, "Oh no, Foxy!" And I'm like thinking to myself, "Are you fucking kidding me? The animatronics were trying to kill you before. Why are you worried about them?
Why are you worried about?
Why are you worried about them?"
This guy?
And plus, they're not even threatening. Like, if you could take them out just that easily, that's just so dumb. That's also what put me off the film, because the first game, they were designed to be threatening. Of course, we were talking about this before, but they were like actual threats that you had to deal with. Like, you have nothing at all at your disposal except power and doors.
Yep, and once you run out of power, you're done.
But in the movie, shock, dead, dumb.
But yeah, and then it's like...
Then Willie Afton comes, or Shaggy.
Shaggy appears in his...
From the dark, with a spring body costume.
Yep, and it's like, I control them. And then, like, you know...
Mike, he fights Mike. Mike gets folded. Yep.
Yeah, Mike gets absolutely folded.
Fucked.
And then...
Yes.
And then, you know... what is it? Vanessa is like, you know... How dare you, Dad? While holding a gun. And then, like, he just stabs her.
And then he's like, "Oh, you have two jobs, but you have a job. Like, to keep them out dark and something." And then Vanessa references what Mike said. And she's like, "That's two jobs."
Yeah, and then he stabs her.
He stabs her. "I don't regret stabbing my daughter at all."
Yeah, and then, you know, she's down and out. She's done.
Down. And then the stupidest plot point in the entire film.
And it's like, oh my god,
the drawings.
And Abby draws, sticks up this guy's a killer.
And then
he's bad.
And then the animatronics wake up and they go like, "Oh, okay, now we remember. You're the killer."
But then you got to remember, Vanessa just before Vanessa gets stabbed, she just shoots Shaggy.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, "Don't take another step," takes another step and gets shot.
Yeah.
What else do you think it is? But then as the other animatronics turn on him, the spring locks start to...
How the fuck does that work?
To kill him. They were all slow. It was like, ting,
yeah, but like...
ting, 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 instead of crunch.
Yeah, but like, how would the cupcake bite harder than a fucking bullet? Or like, shoot, like...
I know. How does the impact of a bite have more than what
a fucking bullet? Yeah.
A bullet would have set off those spring locks.
Anyway, yeah. That. Of course. But then the fucking...
all the punching, they would have gone... But no.
No, the fucking cupcake.
Just a cupcake biting your leg will make him go...
Oh, yep, I'm dead, yep. Oh, I can't do anything.
Yeah, then he puts on the helmet and says, "I always come back." And then...
Sure, it's a cool reference, but why is it used in the final part of the film?
Yeah, but remember...
It's just a pander for fans, isn't it?
It gets folded immediately after.
Yeah, I know. I guess it was a cool scene because it actually shows like some parts, like they want to convey it. Some parts as R18, but at the same time they still have to convey it to kids.
It was stupid.
It was stupid, but yeah. I just didn't really like the parts like, oh, the drawings. Yeah, now the animatronics know that that's the killer. Are you fucking kidding me? This is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the building's crushed down. Probably one of my favorite scenes in the film is when Freddy's like,
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then they just like, you know, walk out.
They walk out.
And that's the end of the movie.
And that's the end of the fucking film. And then Mike just asks, "Oh, what do you want for dinner?"
It's like...
spaghetti! Because they don't want pizza because they've been to a pizzeria. Even though pizza wasn't even mentioned once.
Spaghetti or pizza?
I want both!
I want both. Nah, you can only have one. Fine, I'll have spaghetti. Okay, cool. When can we visit them? End film.
And then credits. The credits was good because they include the classic most recognizable
that was-
FNAF music, the FNAF 1 song by the Living Tombstone.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. That deserved to be in the film. Of course,
It did.
It did deserve.
That was an amazing
Like if you
scene.
think of FNAF, you think of the Living Tombstone FNAF 1 song.
100%.
100%.
You think of FNAF, you immediately go, oh,
Of course. And that was awesome to see it happen. And then we get to a mid-post credit scene where it's like Corey's back in his car, then he sees Balloon Boy.
Balloon Boy.
It's like, oh my god, fuck, that's scary, bro. Oh my god, oh, so
Yeah,
scary.
but it was funny because it was another Balloon Boy jump scare, so it was kind of stupid.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Apparently, there's like, there's one. Yeah, there was one. Yeah, it was one scene. It was like, "Come find me." I think that was encoded. I think that's like so that technically the post-credit scene for the FNAF movie. Yeah, I think that's setting up the puppet for FNAF 2. I don't know. Anyway, that's the FNAF movie, guys.
It was kind of shit.
Yeah. Now that we did this review, we think it's shit.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
I'm giving it a 5 because it's still a watchable movie.
I'm giving it a 4.
Fair enough.
4 out of 5 actually, because it's FNAF, but you know.
4 out of 5. That's
No,
like
no, sorry.
that's like you know
4.5. 4.5. Sorry.
4 out of 5 is like stellar.
Yeah, I know. 4.5. My bad. Yeah.
No, yeah.
4.5 out of 10.
I'll give it a 5 because it could have been worse.
Yeah.
Like in all fairness, it could have been.
Compared to our Mario movie review, we gave it like a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was like it could have been done a lot better
Of course.
than what it did.
Yeah.
But then
Like I was
from it, it's like, oh well.
like, was this the film that was originally intended that Scott had in mind? Even though Scott wasn't really good at scripting whatsoever. Like this is, was this the FNAF movie I was hoping for? I was expecting.
I'm always for people to go show, don't tell. I always prefer that storytelling aspect.
Yeah. But
But you can't do it if
no.
to the level he did.
Of course. Do it in the games. I don't mind in the games, but like just sometimes you want to show as well.
In a movie, you have to explain.
You have to explain what the fuck's going on.
Calculate out the stupid,
Exactly.
which it didn't do.
It didn't do whatsoever. Yeah, so that's the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, unfortunately. I wish it could have had a better script. The animatronics were perfectly stellar. The pizzeria looked good, all things aside, but then again...
The set
was amazing.
was amazing.
Of course. They did a stellar job on that.
It was done.
Well,
Unbelievable.
That was good. That was taken with care, but just the story and the elements behind the story were conveyed terribly.
Like, I'll give it this much, right? It was a visually pleasing movie.
Yeah.
It looked great. It sounded great.
Of course.
And, you know, the quality of the camera was amazing.
Yes.
The set was really well done.
Some of the acting was...
Music and, you know, ambience was done great. Acting was done really well for what they were asked for.
I mean, Mike's acting was pretty good. Just like some other acting, like Abby and that, wasn't good. But,
But that comes down to the writing of the character. The actors they chose... Yeah, they fit the character. What they needed, alright?
Yeah.
Shaggy playing William Afton was done really well.
Of course. He had that serial
problem is it needed more
screen time. Of course.
They didn't have enough time to make him a threat.
Or build him up, exactly.
Like, it's like there's one scene like, oh my god, we just had a cutesy Fortnite scene. The immediately next scene is, oh yeah, be careful, this guy is bad.
Also, all the footage that we see from the trailers of William Afton, that's basically all the half of the stuff that we see of William Afton compared to the movie. That's basically half of the minutes he was in the movie.
I would even say that was pretty much the
entire thing.
The entire time, like, you know, whenever he was shown in the trailer is when he was on the movie, like, in the movie.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I think the trailer itself was longer
than the
screen time William Afton had on screen.
That's what I've also noticed with the Mortal Kombat movie. Like, when they build up to, like, the very end of, like, the Sub-Zero Scorpion fight, that's basically the whole premise of the Mortal Kombat movie was to, like, promote the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight.
It was a good fight, but it was short.
It was short. And Scorpion only made his appearance in the very final cut of the film. Yeah, which was really bullshit, because that's my favourite character. And, like, Scorpion's the most recognisable Mortal Kombat character out there. While Sub-Zero had more screen time than him.
But Sub-Zero was a bad guy.
Yeah.
But so you've got to give the bad guys more screen time. But that's the thing, they didn't in this case.
No.
They made the character that you don't even have to be a fan of the franchise to know who William Afton is.
Yeah,
It's just an internet thing.
of course.
But they didn't give it enough time
No.
for it to go,
Yeah,
hang on a second.
yeah, and the audience.
This guy's bad.
Yeah, and the audience I imagine what the audience felt was like, oh wait, you're the villain? I thought it was like Freddy Fazbear or something. They might have thought, you know? Like, who is the villain of the FNAF movie at this point?
Yeah, who is this guy?
Yeah. Who the fuck? But there's just a yellow bunny rabbit coming out of nowhere, you know? Until it was revealed it was Steve Raglan all along as William Afton.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
So dumb.
Zoinks, Scoob. I just murdered 5 children and stuffed them into, you know, animatronics.
And getting back to like the fucking fort scene, that didn't help the movie whatsoever. Like, a lot of people were saying, oh my god, that scene's so cute. No. Sure, if it was
the
like,
movie needed more scary scenes and cute scenes.
if it was a scene from the Mario movie, that like the fort scene, then that would have worked really well because the Mario movie was pretty cute. But I will admit, but what the fuck? It's for the FNAF movie. It's
yeah. Okay, well let's try to have some positives. All right.
Yeah.
Good set.
Yeah. Good, definitely good set. Animatronics really fucking cool.
Amazing costumes.
Amazing costumes, of course.
All right.
Yep. Of course.
Ambience
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Ambience was great.
was done incredibly well for the scenes.
It conveyed the games as well. The layout looks stellar to FNAF 1, but if not, like, better.
It also gave it a unique touch.
Of course, and it made it more realistic, like the old Chuck E. Cheese locations, Showbiz Pizza.
Sound.
Sound was good too.
Sound was done really well. I liked parts. There was one part I wish they did include when he turned off the power. It had the
Yeah, man. Oh, that would have
from like FNAF 1.
That would have been good. And they missed the opportunity. So they included Foxy's dum, but they didn't include Freddy's iconic laugh. Horror, 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 horror,
Yeah.
horror. You know, that would have been cool. Like, because that built up Freddy to be a major threat as well in the first game, because Freddy was the main
At
protagonist
the
of the
same
first game.
time, it's that's like little kinks in the system though. But overall, the songs they chose, the general sound of the movie,
Of
was
course,
done really
and
well.
the Easter eggs were really cool. Like seeing Sparky
Yeah.
brought in the film was amazing. Also, just seeing the fact that the Living Tombstone FNAF song is in the credits blows my mind. And Corey X Kenshin and Matt Pat in the film, that's nuts.
Yeah, it's
Sure, they couldn't bring Markiplier along, but at least they still have those guys.
At least they tried.
At least they tried, and that's good because some parts they listen to fans, but then
Yeah.
again, yeah, you know what I mean.
What was your favourite scene?
My favorite scene. My favorite scene would
You're not
have.
allowed to say the credits.
I'm not saying the credits. My favorite scene would definitely have to be like the kill that Freddy has done. That was pretty cool. Just the different ways that animatronics kill with, you know, like Chica's cupcake killing Carl, Freddy's like the child's hand reaching out of Freddy. Foxy running down hallways. I guess Bonnie should have been showed more, you know.
Yeah, but Bonnie's death was really good. Like, you know, Bonnie's kill
Yeah, just like him up, but
was just how did he not notice a big thing in the corner? Oh well.
yeah.
But it's like, alright, fair enough. Like, that was definitely my favourite scene as well, because it was, you know...
Which was your favorite scene? The kills?
Yeah, Saw 11.
Yeah.
Also, what was the thing with that mask?
Oh yeah, that thing.
What was with that?
What was with that? Like, I think it was supposed to like bring in more mature audiences if they wanted to have like
it was just...
But like it was just, I think it was supposed to be the stuffing of the suits. But why have it like that though? Because I wish it was just more like the general like servos of animatronics. You're getting locked in with that instead of just like fucking a Saw death trap coming towards you.
Yeah, I know, Saw 11.
Which is really goofy, but yeah.
There. Either way. It wasn't the greatest movie.
No.
But I'm glad that it's out.
I'm glad it exists though.
Yeah,
that's the fact of it. It just it reminds me it's so cool that there's a FNAF movie at all.
I'm glad that it's here.
I'm glad that it's here too.
I'm not glad on how it turned out though.
No, of course not. Like the way it was executed. I'm hoping
the second one's good.
second one.
The second one.
You know, brings it right back to its form. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Sure, it's going to be a kids' film as expected, but you know, I'm hoping they listen to all the criticism, and that they can improve on with the the sequel.
Yeah.
And same thing with the Mario movie. Like just little details they could.
Details, but bring a long way.
But then again, that movie
like
is still
test.
good. Yeah, of course.
It's like if you get most of it correct, you'll get a good grade. but it will be the minute little things, the small things you get wrong that will bring it down.
Of course.
Right? That's what happened in the Mario movie. Overall, it was good. Small things, bad.
Yeah, small things, mate. But
The
overall, we
FNAF
enjoyed
movie was
it.
like they failed the test.
Yeah, they failed the test, but then they could build themselves up with the sequel. Sure,
Yeah.
the first one didn't live up to its expectations. The Sonic movie kind of had a similar situation, but then they immediately got it back with a
The
sequel.
first one was alright.
The first one was
I
alright,
liked it.
but then they got all the criticism and they brought it back with a
They
second
made
one.
it better.
They made it better with some little.
Like they
Yeah.
actually brought. So I feel like that's going to be the trend from now on. It's that most movies will be made with a sequel in mind.
Yeah, of
So
course.
the FNAF movie, yes, the first one not great.
Not great, but
Second one, I
So-
reckon it'll be pretty good.
It'll be
Because they'll
pretty
go, alright, this is how we stuffed up in the first one. Let's just not do that.
no.
Let's not make those mistakes
But,
again.
and let's actually come up with a good script this time, because this time they don't have to like come up with multiple scripts like with the first one, because the scripting was definitely a big issue with the
Yeah.
first movie.
100%.
But now they got the layout of the universe. Now they can make a proper good script of it, I guess.
yeah.
And with the third movie, I don't know where they take it with like Springtrap and so. But, yeah.
I'm nervous about when it
The
gets
third
to
movie,
that.
like because you're ending off the movie franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, not even that. It's they've already
like
introduced Springtrap, which is already.
I mean, but not
games-
like-
two
not-
things early.
but not like the rotting Springtrap that we've seen in FNAF 3, of course. This is just like Spring Bonnie, but with
Yeah, no, it's like he's actually alive. What?
yeah.
A couple years too late.
But it would have made sense if you had like the Springlock scene to be in the second movie, so he could say, "I always come back from there."
Nah, I reckon it would have been if he. I think that's a big thing though. I reckon if he said, "I always come back," the next movie, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
As in, like, you know, what, you again? I always come back. What do you want about?
Now, yeah, we already said our positives, or like the film, and
We said all our
we're critical stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do what we did in the Mario movie. We're gonna do Would You Rather. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that at all.
The Would You Rather. Remember we like compared like other movies and that, but I don't know if we're gonna.
Well,
compare the FNAF
okay,
movie.
would you rather watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie or the Doom 2005 movie?
Well, obviously the FNAF movie. Why would I watch the Doom one?
Exactly, there we go.
Yeah, it's just
No competition.
no competition. Yeah, of course.
Would you rather watch Mario, like the first Mario movie?
First Mario
like, from
movie.
the 90s?
Yeah. I don't know. There's some nostalgic feel about that one, even though it's shit.
Or FNAF?
I'll watch FNAF, but I don't know. Even though they're both shit, but I think FNAF is a little bit better, of course, because it had more game elements than that shit movie. But, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Stinky-
FNAF movie.
Stinky actor,
We
bro.
didn't have him.
We didn't have him for
Not a good
the...
movie. 0 out of 10.
No, I'm talking about it. He's like, oh, it's all about me, that dude. Remember that dude we talked about?
Yeah. Bad actor.
Bad
End of the day, bad actor.
Bad actor. Yeah.
Bad actor.
Bad actor.
Bad actor.
Yeah, anyway, I'm excited for the sequels. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm quite excited for the sequel
I'm
as well.
excited. Yeah.
I just hope that they don't screw it up
But
again.
would you rather the first movie to have, like, you know... I'm trying to think of an ending, but, like, not the Springlocks scene. Sure, it compares, like, the Springlock scene happened in the games in the FNAF 1 location, but would you rather happen it in the second location, or would you rather keep it in, like, the first location?
I would rather keep the Springlocks in the first one, because I reckon it, like, you know,
But it was just introduced...
how I would have imagined the movie is that it would have been written very differently, but considering what we've been given, I don't have much hope for the second.
But that's just basically William Afton's all of his human screen time in the first movie. But what's going to happen in the second movie? Is it going to be a prequel or a sequel like the
that's
prequel?
the thing.
Yeah, that's the
if
point.
If it's a prequel, then it's a...
How is he going to be Springtrap there? Because he's got a free
Yeah.
picture deal. How's that going to work? Is it going to be a prequel? Because that wouldn't work whatsoever.
Or it will be him killing the kids.
Yeah, I don't think a second movie prequel wouldn't work though. Sure, it'll cover up most of the story, but at the exact same time, you want to know what happened to the characters after the first movie,
Yeah.
and
So-
you don't want to leave it to the third movie.
I reckon if it is a sequel, then no.
No.
I like that the Springlot was in the first movie, because if you look at it, in the screen, like, you know, in the time of the games, the only villain is Springtrap.
Yeah.
William Afton's just a...
Background character.
No, it's an afterthought.
Yeah.
He was there once, now he's back, but worse.
Yeah, and more terrifying, and he has no hesitation of killing anyone.
Exactly.
I
think that's why killing off William Afton and bringing in Springtrap.
But I just don't know.
Good.
I just don't know how it's gonna work for the second movie. I don't know how having Springtrap in the FNAF 2 location will work well, though.
Well, that's the thing. We just got to find out.
Yeah.
And
plus, if this is a sequel, I don't know how they're gonna bring back like the original Withered animatronics into the location, because technically the Withered animatronics are the original animatronics. So, what would you have there? Would you have like the original animatronics just withered, while the withered animatronics are not used whatsoever? You know.
And how long is the time gap between?
Like, exactly. If they're going to do a prequel, obviously they're going to have like the actual withered animatronics. But if they're going to do a sequel, they're going to have like the original animatronics from the FNAF 1 location, but just broken. Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
Which doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, are they broken because the building fell down on them? Okay, cool.
Cool.
But
what the fuck?
What?
See, that's... It just breaks a lot of plot points in it, I guess. I don't know.
It's just missing what the movie was, like, you know, what it was hyped up to be.
Yeah. Anyway,
it was a bit of a mess.
I liked how we praised in our Mario movie review. It was just mostly
it was praise.
It was just mostly a lot of praise.
It was 100%
praise. Yeah.
Just rubbing.
But now it's
Nintendo's
just
dick.
Yeah.
But now it's like, hang on.
We're just saying a big fuck you to Scott Caulfield.
This wasn't a good movie.
Even though we love Scott, but it just wasn't a good movie. It was executed wrong. But yeah, that's it for our review for the FNAF movie. What's next with Waterstream Studios? You want to tell what's going on with Pissstream Studios?
Alright, well, what's happening with Pissstream Studios is the good old... We've got a couple videos in mind.
Of course
we've got a nice rewind, a bit of a redo, a bit of a...
100 subscribers special that we won't talk about at the moment. It's a redo of something. It's a remake of something. But it's going to be a proper remake.
That's what I'm saying. It's
going to be a proper
redo.
It's a redone. And it should introduce newcomers to Adequately Somewhat Funny videos.
I guess it does.
Yep. And we've got some more regular scheduled Idiocracy in mind as well. And another Adequately Somewhat Funny video that will be coming out after, the pilot. What about Eugene? What's going on with Eugene?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I can't lie. I've been pretty tunnel visioned with exams and other things.
Yeah.
So, thinking up what to do for Eugene is...
Fair enough.
Still in the thought books.
That's alright.
But nothing's been worked on currently.
Yeah. Since we've done a Halloween special, the Halloween special did really well, and I don't know why. How the fuck? We thought it wasn't a really good video, but we got it.
Apparently it was.
Apparently it was. It made us get to 100, and thank you for 100, by the way, guys. Thank you very much for sticking around this channel for a while. We love making these videos for you guys, and we love making it for ourselves, and we can watch it back when we're older and look at our old creations, and we go like, ha, how shit was that? But then again, we go like, this is pretty good editing back in the day,
Yeah.
Or pretty good acting, all that kind of crap, and we can laugh at.
When I'm rich with my $7 hooker.
We do this to entertain people, and then at the exact same time we go back and we look, this is what we made, this is we made this shit,
Yeah. Oh, shit,
and we go like, yeah, we did that.
We did that.
And yeah, thank you very much for that, guys.
Yeah. Well,
what else? Christmas special. Hopefully we could get around to that.
Maybe.
And
I don't know what we'd do for it though.
No, we don't. That's alright. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. And we don't know when this is going to be uploaded.
To our pretty shitty review on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but hey, it's better than most of them out there.
Yeah. Hey, if you want a more positive review, go listen to our Mario movie review, even though there's a lot of N-words. Even though that wasn't...
I didn't say a single one.
I didn't say a single one too. We just said stupid. That's the fourth podcast, I think, isn't it? No, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It's been a very long year.
It has been a long year. But we got a lot of shit done this year. Which we're proud about.
We got a lot of things done.
Yeah. Like, we were so... I'm actually kind of surprised how we fit in most Waterstream Studios stuff along with school, work and that.
I don't know how we did it.
Yeah.
I still ask myself, hang on, how did we manage to fit in time for this?
Yeah. And, surprise, we finished school. Yay! Finally!
Yippee.
Yippee! Now we're out in the real world like Cameron.
Yeah, what a pussy.
What a bitch! Yeah, guys, that's it.
That is it.
See ya.